Well, how do, folks? Hope everybody's doing well. Obviously, you know we've been under a DDoS hack. They've been doing it for a while now. They've just increased the intensity, I guess, over the last 24 hours. So again, as a reminder, download your videos. If you're having issues logging in, it's going to be intermittent, obviously, because they're trying to phish people's username and password, trying to get it through the website, the Inner Circle Trader. Use the bookmarked link to get into the forum. All right, so if you check your email, you'll see there is a member update. I think it's what it is or something. It's an email saying that, you know, I've posted something into a different thread. You'll see it's there. If you click on that, it'll take you into the forum without going through my website. My host on the website sent me an email last night saying that there was malware attached to the JavaScript on my website on 3 different places. So it's been cleaned up, but now they're just directing their DDoS attack to the forum link. So I will be going into Telegram channels. Okay, so I'm going to be creating user groups so that way you guys can stay connected and we won't have to worry about if there's an issue with forum in the future, because going forward in June, there won't be any server. So I thought about this also. You do your best to download all the videos, obviously, because I could be delayed in doing what I'm suggesting I'm going to be working towards doing. But we're going to be obviously June 1st, and going forward, rather, there won't be any videos posted to this server. So what you're keeping a username and password for, that won't be opening any links in the forum anymore. All the links, all the threads where videos would be found, that's all going away. So that's why you have to download the videos, so that way you have lifetime access. You have them in your possession, you can pass them on to your children, and so on. Okay? That's what charter membership is. I gave you the permission. I'm telling you to do it. I'm not keeping the server up. And now, for some of you that are freaking out, you're panicking. Oh man, I can't do it. You know, do I really have to undownload? And I've been telling you for a year to download the videos. This is what's coming. And I've intensified the warning 5 months ago, 6 months ago. So now you know we're coming down to the wire. You may not be able to get them all. And that's okay. Because once I get everybody in a user group in Telegram, and you may not like Telegram, but not to sound like I don't, care what you want. I have to do what's most efficient for me. So I'm providing connection to me, which is Charter. So that way, ongoing, feedback, insights, those types of things. For as long as I intend to do this, my obligation is to make sure you have access. But because I'm not doing videos anymore on a server, it's an exorbitant amount of money. I don't need to do that. If I have a Telegram channel, once I drop the video in there, it's literally seconds. And then you can watch it and you can download it. Now, here's what's going to come up. You're going to be concerned about piracy. Folks, piracy's been going on since 2016. As soon as I started putting videos up, people were pirating it, okay? I'm not losing any sleep over it, okay? We're not going to stop it all. I'm not worried about it. I'm teaching a model on YouTube for free, so that way nobody wants to buy those videos. I'm making it easier for them to focus on one thing, and there it is. So that's why I'm doing the YouTube mentorship. That's also why you don't need to worry about not having a server anymore, because I can add the videos to the user groups in the Telegram channels. It literally takes me seconds just to drop them in. And even though it's a lot of videos, I could do, like every week, I could do 1 or 2 months worth of content. So that way it's not like end of the world. Okay, but I still want you to try to download the videos and try to get them in your possession now. Okay, because we could be delayed with something. Anything can happen. You know what I mean? So the way it'll work, I will be emailing you all a specific invitation link. Okay, before I start dropping content in there, I'm going to make sure everybody that's in that channel is who it's supposed to be. You must create a Telegram account with your username that's in this forum. If there is no recognizable username, okay, if it doesn't match, or if there's duplicates, okay, Both accounts will be removed until I send you a specific link that'll let you get in. Okay. It's going to take some time, folks. The forum is still going to be up, but I'm creating an alternative, a backup plan. Okay. And eventually we might completely drop this forum because they've been giving me a lot of hassle too with some of the glitches and technical things. So again, you have to adapt, folks. What's the difference if I'm throwing a video into a Telegram channel versus doing it like I'm doing now with 20 different steps, all this time added to it, and it's clunky and cumbersome. It's hard for me to navigate everything now in the forum. It's a lot. So if you're still getting what you're supposed to be getting anyway, which is ongoing mentorship, ongoing commentary, ongoing insights and teachings, does it really matter where you're getting it from? It shouldn't. And in Telegram, I can create the chart when I don't want to do a video. I can put all the annotations up, drop it right into the forum, and it's done. You got it. It's right there. It's quick, efficient. Everybody's time's really efficiently used. Specifically mine, because I want to get back to my life, but I still can do all these things and not require all the time it's requiring me to do it now. You know what I mean? So anyway, without all that other stuff, just know that if you're panicking, you're freaking out, you're not going to make the deadline by June 1st, don't worry about it. Just make sure you got month 1 through 6 and at least start working on 7 through 12 downloaded. That way, that'll give me some time to start putting the videos in once I get everybody's account into a Telegram channel with their respective user group. So there'll be multiple Telegram channels. That's what I'm kind of getting at. So I think it's going to be it. All right, so daily chart on dollar index. I'm going to get through this, and then I have to run to the airport and grab my wife, who I'm excited to see. I know some of you are in here young. Too much about your personal life, Michael. I just want to get to the teachings, but this is me. This is what you get. Okay, you get the real me. All right, so the dollar index, we had FOMC today. The market has retraced into our imbalance here. I said that we dropped down into this. We could see it continue higher, but we're unable to do so today with the Fed announcement. I haven't even looked at it. I don't care to know because it doesn't make a difference to me. I'm trusting the chart's going to tell me what I'm looking for, and if it doesn't tell me in the chart, then I don't do anything. Okay, so we could come back down in here a little bit deeper. If we come back down below here now, I don't like that. I don't want to come below that, but we can retrace back down into the high 101s, just dip below the 102s. So I don't want to see it go below these lows in here. That would not be good. So as long as we remain above these lows, I'm going to maintain a higher time frame bias that's bullish on dollar. It does not mean that you can't take short-term scalps with bearish dollar and long foreign currency, as I'll mention when we get into euro. All right, hourly chart. Swept relative equal highs here, FOMC, and then delivered below the sell side here, and the imbalance right there. Next imbalance and objective on the downside is here with sell side resting there. So it's a draw on liquidity on the downside. And on the 15-minute time frame, again, you can see a real nice run above here. This is all manipulation based on the FOMC announcement. Big manipulation. And then gave up the ghost and went lower. All right, I believe this is a weekly imbalance. So I have that on my chart so you can see what we did. We dipped into that. And I saw a post on one of the user groups I think this morning. I don't know if it was last night or this morning. My times are blurred a little bit. But one of the questions were, why was this not a breaker? Why wasn't this a bearish breaker? The reason why is because we had this run here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's a 3 drives pattern or 3 Indians pattern. And I've talked about this. I think I've said this before. At least I remember saying it. But this is not a breaker. This is a breaker. So inside this run here, from this high down to that low, all the way up to the higher high, you got to incorporate that swing. Even though this swing here exists, it's this to that. So this is your breaker. That's your bearish breaker. This is not, because it's 3 drives. So every time you see a pattern that has like this, it goes 1, 2, higher high, 3, higher high, and it's bearish, Don't look for this one to be traded to. It can. Don't get me wrong, it can. But I'm going to be more interested in this one down here because it's the original price swing here. All this price action is inside the high, low, higher, high. So again, 3 drives higher. It's got to go high, higher, higher. That type of thing. Hear that? It's almost like I was in course. I was as a kid. All right, so the market breaks down, hits the bearish breaker here. 1, 2, does it hit that? 3 times, 4 times, and then goes lower. Okay. The lower prices on euro has been called off for the near term. We're looking for a run up into the buy side here. And if it gets really, really extrapolated on the outside, we could reach into this area here. That's why I have it there. So overall, we've been punished for a while in here. So what is that, like about a week or so? Just range consolidation. And if it hits this area here and then rejects and starts to go lower and dollar starts to gain momentum on the upside again, that could work also. So I'm just giving you the worst case scenario. We could draw up into here after clearing this area here. But this might be more of a turning point. So we got to watch what we see here. It might just get in here and just rip right on through it and don't even respect that at all. But what happens if it goes above it, comes back down into that area as support, then we will look for this area here if it hasn't been traded up to yet. Okay, and that would be in line with the weaker dollar. Something that would go against higher time frames, so that way, for those that are in here that like to work with contrarian ideas, that's one way I would frame that idea if I were trying to do so with a contrarian perspective. Demo. All right, so 15-minute time frame. You can see we ran up the relative equal lows here. Just really ugly. I mean, yesterday was a terrible trading day, and today we came to life waiting for the FOMC, provided the carnival ride that we were expecting, kind of like non-farm payroll. I believe that non-farm payroll is going to be a rather moot point. It's not going to be doing much, I think, at all in terms of volatility because we had such a nice big blast-off type move today because of FOMC. So have that in your notes too. If there's a non-farm payroll with FOMC Wednesday in it, if FOMC is a high impact driver that moves the market around a lot, then there's probably going to be very little activity at all on Friday. So how would you use that information? Well, first of all, if you like studying non-farm payroll Fridays, don't bother doing it on that one. Okay, there you go, because everything pretty much is being booked into the market right now and then into tomorrow. All right, pound dollar. Okay, we had a swing low in here. Couldn't break lower, and now we tore off into the sell side and balance, buy side and efficiency here. I like it going back up into that area. I mentioned on, I think it was Monday's commentary, I like the idea coming back up into here. So it might be drawing up into that, and we'll see if it wants to resume going lower and having a higher dollar at that point. All right, pound dollar. Look at this, man. 1, 2, 3, 4. That right there is retail support. Sorry for your loss. Trades through it, gathers up all the sell stops, sell side liquidity, pairs it with smart money buyers, and then rallies it higher. Buy side over here taken really nicely, real easy. And we'll look for that 128 as an upside objective should we continuously see weaker dollar. And 15-minute time frame, just for added insult, you can see the rip right below here. Tore off after that. In one 15-minute candle, it took the liquidity and then ran right back above the high of the day. So that's violent. And then just kept digging it higher. Anyone that tries to sell into that gets murdered. All right, today I did a little something different. I pulled up the Micro E-mini NASDAQ 100 index for June contract 2022. I've been working with my second oldest son, Caleb, and he has shown an interest in wanting to trade the index futures market, which, as a dad, I feel like he's chosen my alma mater. Like every father out there wants their son to try to like go in the direction that they've always wanted to see themselves, but didn't necessarily go. And he's still just a little bit older than obviously I was when I first started, but he's still young. He's in his 20s. But I make him work a menial job. He works a menial job, and he lives with his mom's mother and father, and they have failing health. So he acts like a hospice when he's home because they're failing. Okay, they're not doing well for their health. So long story short, he's getting to the point where, I'm surprised it took him this long to not want to do those types of things, because I guess he thought I was going to be nice and just lay money in his hands, and I'm not going to do that. So long story short, he's like, Dad, I've had enough. Can you just teach me what you're doing on the YouTube channel? And I was like, yeah, sure. I mean, great. I'm loving it, right? So I was working with him in the last 2 days, and I said that, we're going to watch the micro. Micro is easy. It's $2 per point. It's not a whole lot of, drawdown if you get it wrong. It's not a whole lot of money when you get it right. It's a nice balance, okay? So, but you can do, better than his job. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think he only does about like $500 or so a week. That's not much. And some of you might look at me and say, man, you're a terrible dad. No, I don't want him to just expect Dad just lay it in, because I have it. Doesn't mean he gets it. You know what I mean? So when I grew up, I worked all kinds of jobs. I did all kinds of stupid, menial jobs. And I discovered I didn't like it. Okay. So he's learned it now. He's learned that he's going to have to work for it. And I'm making him do this because he doesn't want to go to college. And I think it's a scam anyway. But what he's doing is now pursuing what I've asked all of my kids to do. So all it's going to take is one of them to do it. And if they see him doing well, even better than his job, that's going to be enough to say, you know what, I'm going to do that too. Like kids are, it's like peer pressure. So I'm hopeful, keep him in prayer. But we were watching the micro E-mini NASDAQ chart today. So I elected to use that while I was talking to him and showing him the FOMC ideas. I shared it on YouTube, the community post. I said that, I think we'll drop down, create a sudden drop. And that drop then will see us run Tuesday's highs. Now, the key word there was run Tuesday's high. And I'm going to talk about that in the YouTube presentation tonight, not sweep the highs. Okay, when I sweep the highs, what do I mean by that? Is it going to go up, take out the highs, and then come back into the range? Or does it mean it's going to go through the highs and keep on going? It's to go above the highs, sweep the liquidity, and then draw back into the range. That's not what I posted on the community tab. I posted that we were going to run Tuesday's highs. So when I'm going to run through Tuesday's highs, I'm booking the market to run through Tuesday's highs and continue in an expansion type move. All right, so here we have it. The market does, in fact, rally through and then reaches up into here. And then we have this imbalance right there. So I think we're going to probably close that in, maybe even dig up into this as possible upside objective. Up close candle here. That low, watch that in this range if we get up into that. So I like the idea of maybe 13,800. I think that's doable for this week, but we'll see what we get, obviously. But we had a swing low in place here, and the market dropped down, extreme range, and then sends it higher. So let's go into the hourly chart, and I'm just going to give you the mentorship level because I obviously talk a little bit more in depth on the YouTube channel. But what I'm going to show you here isn't discussed in that, okay? So we have the buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. It drops down into consequent encroachment there after creating this real flat topped price range. And we drop down, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe I talked about this on Monday. I said, we're likely to come back down in this range to hit the order block in here and then start to run higher. That's what I'm expecting. Don't take my word for it. I'm believing by memory. That's what I said. I'm getting to be 50 soon, so I might be senile. So I'm almost certain that's what I said. So now I got to go and listen to the recording just to double check. But I'm certain I mentioned that. But if not, just know that I was thinking about it. And if you're like me, I can read your mind. You should have been able to read my mind. So tit for tat. That's how you know you graduated ICT mentorship. You can read my mind. I'm being facetious, I know. So anyway, due to swing down, setting up the drop down into which I've outlined rather handsomely in the teaching tonight on YouTube, so you'll appreciate that. But they don't get the low low. The low low is here. Okay, see all these down close candles here? That's your order block right there. Extend that out in time. It digs into that. But we're going to get a little bit more specific in here. On the 15-minute time frame, due to swing lower into the day, noon reversal, gap, right here, and order block. Bam. Beautiful delivery right there. Hits it, rallies higher. This here, I have all of the down close candles here. That's the order block, and that's mean threshold. So it hits that initially, then goes through it and sends it higher. I like 13,563 as the extreme target for mentorship level for the day, but it might not get there, obviously. But I'm looking for that, by the time market closes. And that's going to be it. And obviously the difference in the discussion with this market will be taught in the YouTube channel. I hope you guys enjoy it. And then I'll talk to you all on Friday for our weekend edition. Until then, be safe. Hey, do not trade. Do not trade. Paper trade or tape reading. Too much volatility. It's gambling. Okay? Don't let what I did today on YouTube convince you that, oh yeah, he secretly found. No, don't do that. Just don't do it. Okay?